Hi there. So today's activity is going to be a final journaling activity. So if you don't have your journal, run grab it, or you can listen to the invitation and then get it afterwards. This last week, at the beginning of the week, I invited you just to really pay attention to what is different. What are you noticing that's different this week? You've gone through this whole 21-day practice, exploring your relationship with judgment, learning and playing with new strategies. So today I want to invite you to do some journaling on what differences have you noticed? What's different about your interactions with yourself? What's different about your interactions with other people? And even if you can think of specific success stories, and I know it's hard because we can't isolate the variables, but if you can think of any specific situations where you're like, I think I was able to move out of judgment more easily, or I was more aware of my own judgment so that I wasn't automatically responding out of the judgment because I was aware of what was happening for me. And so I was able to navigate it differently. So again, really looking back across the last week as you've been paying attention to what's different. And so today you're going to be journaling it, writing it down on paper in your journal. What do I notice is different? What do I notice with myself? And it might be just noticing, I think it's easier for me to be curious, or I'm more appreciative, or it could be anything. And also, as you are reflecting on what's different, it might also come up that there are some things that aren't different, that you want to be different. So whether there's some stuck spots, I still got really triggered by my partner the other day, and I feel like it was kind of the same amount triggered as I normally am. So I want to invite you to bring curiosity to that. So you could write that down too. This situation didn't change. And we can be really curious, what about that didn't change? What would you want to change about it? How would you want to respond in the future? And then that can be a great scenario to go back and do the redo with, of okay, I'm going to listen to that redo video and use it for this situation. Or I'm going to go back and look at one of the week 2 strategy videos, maybe the forgiveness video or the compassion, and try and walk through it with this situation. So again, any stuck spots, any frustrations, any things you wish had changed that didn't change, any things you want to continue to work on. So this is your kind of final journal reflection. And again, what's different, what you're noticing, specific experience. I think one of the cool things about thinking about specifics is it reinforces that experience in our nervous system. When we run through it again, we play through it gosh, that was so good. I was really able to I felt open and kind and boundaried, So if there are specifics that come up, or maybe as general things you notice that are different, and again, or things you don't notice, it'll be hard to write down things you don't notice. Things you want to be different that aren't different, still write those down. Things you want to continue to work on. And any stuck spots. This is a great opportunity for us to do a final workshopping, bringing our collective wisdom together with any stuck spots, or any situations where you're I really am having a hard time getting out of judgment in this situation. And again, those are things you could also go back and workshop on your own too, playing with some of the strategies, because it is hard to really integrate all of this in the moment. So this is the opportunity to reflect on how you've grown, how you'd like to continue to grow, what maybe you want to practice more intentionally. If there's one strategy from week 2 that really stands out as gosh, I think I could practice this daily. This would be good for me. So again, your reflection time, please share any insights, any success stories, any stuck spots. We would love to hear. And again, this is the final opportunity to bring us all together and get to respond, get to use our collective wisdom, and to celebrate each other as well. I'm so glad that you've been here for this process. Thank you for joining me, and be well.